Well, good evening and welcome back, Delmarva. I got to be real with you for a second here, Eric. When I was pulling into work today here in downtown Salisbury, I was so tempted just to run right over to the riverfront, suit and all, and just jump right in the water. It was that hot.
It's been one of those days.
Of course I didn't, but, you know, the thought went through my mind.
Me too. It's days like today where you want to do that.
Yeah.
Not as bad by the coastline, but certainly intense heat. Not going away for tomorrow. And we look at this map, this kind of takes into account heat duration, considering the fact that this will be the second day of intense heat and the lack of nighttime cooling, because tonight it's going to be very warm and humid. Not much relief. And we have to think for people, sensitive groups that could potentially get some heat-related illnesses. Tomorrow is a day where that risk will be elevated, stuff like heat exhaustion. So you want to make sure you're taking it easy out there and know the limitations of your body and stay hydrated as well. And don't overexert yourself if you're out for a long period of time. Of course, days like today, you want to be along the coastline. That's where the relief is. It's only 80 degrees in Ocean City. We're dropping through the 90s as we speak for more interior locations. We have a 95-degree reading in Easton. The weather watchers are calling in. We got an 89 with Arlen and Cheswell, a steamy 94 degrees with Neenah and Santan, Delaware. A sizzling 95 degrees with Connie in Greenwood. It's 88 degrees with Ted in Millsboro. Joe in Bishopville, 87 degrees, 86 with Curtis and Mary in Ocean Pines, and a really warm 92 degrees with Clay and Princess Anne. Of course, with the high humidity, it's feeling blistering out there. It feels like temperatures are above 100 degrees, but of course, like I said, much bigger relief as you head towards the coastline. In terms of the humidity, it's really not going anywhere for the next several days. Well into next week, the humidity is going to be remaining near oppressive. Now, it's been sunny today. We haven't had any thunderstorms. There's some towards our west, but I really do think this weekend, as some of that energy makes its way to our region tonight, still an isolated storm can't be ruled out. But the better focus for storms in the near term will be additional storms that fire along this cool front that slices across the region for tomorrow. Ahead of that front, you'll see right here, lots of instability to work with by the afternoon because of the heat and humidity. So there's definitely going to be a pretty opportune chance for some thunderstorms that could be on the heavy side for tomorrow afternoon, specifically later in the day and through the overnight. So the day starts off dry, but then you'll notice as the front makes its way towards the peninsula, we introduce the window for thunderstorms that could produce some very hefty downpours. They'll be pretty scattered in nature, but wherever the storms do develop throughout the evening on Saturday, they could be on the heavy side. Even into the overnight, we will run into the risk for a very heavy thunderstorm on and off throughout the night. And the front doesn't really make it that far south. In fact, it may still produce an opportune chance for an isolated downpour or thunderstorm, mainly for southern areas throughout the day on Sunday. Also, that means that's why the humidity doesn't really go down all that much for your day on Sunday. So with the risk of scattered heavy thunderstorms, there's a risk for some isolated instances of potting or flash flooding on the roadway. So that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on as we head into tomorrow. Tonight, very warm and muggy out there, 75 to 80 degrees only for the nighttime low. Sure, there's a chance for an isolated storm, but the main concern for tonight will be the very warm and humid conditions. Tomorrow, 91 to 96 degrees, feeling like above 100 degrees, an absolute scorcher out there to say the least. Now, there's a chance for an isolated storm, like I said, on Sunday, a small chance for a thunderstorm popping up on Monday and Tuesday. However, the greater chance for perhaps some more scattered and more organized storms will come by Wednesday into Thursday as a stalled frontal boundary interacts with tropical moisture, so some of those could be on the heavier side. Rob?